Hey guys, we're back. It's your girl JD Lane, and I've got my sidekick Diggy here, and Izzy from the morning show. And before we left, we were just we were going way back talking about the internet. So let's maybe shift things a little bit. So what was it that I was wanting to ask you, Izzy? I was wanting to ask you because we were listening to Diggy and I, as we were preparing for the show, we were just kind of had some music playing, and this new artist came on, and I told him, I said, I think that you just found me my new current favorite hyperfixation artist, and I was going to ask, out of all the mix that we play on Styling Radio here, who do you have a new current favorite? Like, is there anybody new that's come out that?
I'm really digging that new Mike Jones song. That's
great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a couple new rock songs that I heard. I don't know. I walked in the one studio right before Christmas, and they were sampling music, and I'm like, damn, who is that? And it's like the new Story of the Year song.
Right. Earlier we listened to music, and I showed her this guy named I found him on Facebook, and he does have a lot of followers. I'd never heard him before. He's someone I wouldn't say new, but like a lot of people don't know. His name's Mackenzie Mackay. Yeah, Mackenzie Mackay, new to you. He's from the UK, and his shit just it's so simple. But he's so good. His lyrics are so fire, and like everything's. I don't know. He's very. What would you call it? He's just good.
He's just natural. I love seeing the new artists come out because we love all of our stuff from our era, and there's some great artists and everything. And not saying that there's not great artists now, but I just love seeing somebody come at it with this artistic.
By himself, playing the guitar, playing the keyboard,
and he's just
singing.
So artistic about it, and I just love it. And he's got a soft sound. He's really good about writing love songs, which I know. Being writing myself, nowhere near his level, obviously, but it's as a writer, I just love his writing. Yeah, so
I think you would dig it.
Yeah, we'll have to show it to you.
I know the program director that there's two of them, and they go over new music all the time, and that's the thing with Styling. We play a mixture of stuff from the 90s and 2000s, but we also play newer stuff, and there's so much music that's unreal, but like people have asked me, well, what kind of music do you listen to? Styling Radio. That's what I listen to. But I'm into like the Fugees and stuff like that. More like low key flowing rap, like
like kind of R&B vibes. Now that's my roots, come from
like Nappy Roots, stuff like that.
Absolutely. I know. I was just showing him Lauryn Hill's. To go on with the Fugees. Lauryn Hill, her first solo album. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. And Diggy, that was one that I showed him. He's not as familiar with some of the. That vibe, you know what I'm saying? So I have to agree.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Beastie Boys, but you slow the track down. You know, that's the kind of music that I like to listen to. Now, don't get me wrong, I listen to fucking everything. Any hip hop to rock music to hip hop,
old to current.
The only thing I don't listen to is old country. Don't get me wrong, some of the songs are all right. They won't get no play on this station, but it's like the whiny, cryy fucking shit. Like it's my wife left me, the cow died, the truck broke. Like, goddamn, dude, like you're singing the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I do agree. I'm not super hip on that, but I do like some of the newer country. I will say that, especially like the stuff that does like drop a beat in there every once in a while.
Even on Styling, we play some new country. Chase Matthews.
Chase, we were just talking about that earlier.
Yes.
Chase Matthews, that's my boy, man. Lebanon, Tennessee.
Talking about Darling Riff, dude. That shit's
Yeah, he did that song Silverados. That's where our slamming and jamming after party is.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So we know him personally, and we do play his shit on Styling Radio. Him and Moonshine Bandits, and we play Jelly Roll, but there's some older stuff of Jelly Roll. You know what I heard on Styling the other day is some ICP. I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, I heard them too. We must have been listening.
Yeah, it was the remix to Chicken Hunt, and I'm like, yeah, that's some good shit right there.
Making the kids lunch, like just getting down in the kitchen,
Yeah, it's like, man, yeah, I sent you that video of Steve-O getting the Hatchet Man tattoo.
Yeah.
And they're talking about the FBI, and he got stopped at the airport, and the security at the airport had a Hatchet Man tattoo.
Well, with with ICP or Steve-O, you never know what you're gonna get with them too.
Yeah, I like they went down and they interviewed Rob Van Winkle, Vanilla Ice, and they parked on Vanilla Ice's grass, and he come flying down the driveway, and his dually about ran into him and screaming at him, "Get the fuck off my property!" and blah blah blah. And Steve-O was in the back of the van, and they're like, "We got to go. He's got a gun." And he's like, "Dude, I didn't know Vanilla Ice was that gangster." And they left, and like 30 minutes later, Vanilla Ice calls him and was like, "Hey, man, we still doing this interview? I thought you guys were in town." He's like, "Man, you pointed a gun at us." And he goes, "Oh, I thought you were just some homeless people in a van." And he goes, "Well, I know we need to take a shower, but damn."
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
like us.
Yeah, that interview's pretty dope. I like that. Yeah, we'll have to have Steve-O on the radio sometime. Like, he's a cool cat. Him and Rob. And Rob's got that new energy drink. And... he's really promoting the shit out of it, and I've tried it. It's good, but
you have to bring some in. Yeah, I haven't tried any yet.
Yeah, they had some.
I'll have to find, pick some up.
Yeah, they had some a while back, but I think everybody drank it all real quick. Yeah, we're getting stuff ready for the morning show, and I'm not gonna say what the opening is, but JD got to hear the opening.
Well, listen, now you're building anticipation.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, it's gonna piss some people off, that new opening. Like, well, fuck them, we don't care.
Good.
Well, I'm tuning in.
Yeah, you can hate on us all you want.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't please everybody. We're not pizza.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, you saw that version, but that was the full version. But that's cut and mixed, and it's actually up and ready to go. They did that on. Well, we did the afternoon show on Christmas Eve, and we were off yesterday, so we finished that Christmas Eve before we went home.
Yes.
So yeah, the opening to the morning show is done. We got to get you an opening. So.
Wait, get me an opening?
Yeah, opening for this show.
You want me to write a jingle? I could write a jingle.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
The greatest show on earth. Welcome to the JD Lane Show.
I'm thinking you can introduce me, yeah. Make it sound like I'm coming in for the WW.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. And now we
the greatest.
World renowned.
My first marriage, that's how he wanted to introduce us. Okay.
Wait
I guess I'm the only one laughing at that one. Oh gosh. No, I agree. Yeah, we need to get me a little, way to, because like the listeners know, this is all kind of new to me. It's my first time on air. So, it's, we're going to get there.
You're going to fuck around. They're going to make you an opening with the Tootsie Roll song.
Well, listen, I can do it. I can do the Tootsie Roll.
No, I believe it.
Oh, God.
Cotton candy, sweet as gold. Let me do the... Yeah.
Yeah, you fuck around, man. You'll be having an opening as the Smurfs or something.
Yeah.
The Smurfs? No.
Yeah. La 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 la. JD Lane is here. La.
Listen, if we do that one, I'm coming in on the broomstick. Okay.
I have no.
Well, the good thing about that, Diggy, the good thing about that is if she flies in on a broomstick, you just get her parking spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
go,
know,
Yeah, you know what? I'm down with that. You can lay it on the roof. Yeah.
Well, do I get to choose who gets it?
no. Diggy always bitches he's got to park so far away because he doesn't have a parking spot. But
I
you
gotta walk 10 minutes to say. It takes you 10 minutes.
I mean, that's St. Louis parking anywhere you go, I feel like.
Yeah, but what's funny is she's got a parking spot right by the door. So that's what I'm saying. If she's gonna fly in on her broomstick, just take her parking spot.
Ladies, Caleb 10 minutes later. That's why I'm late to work every day.
I'll let you have it.
No, you won't.
Hey, I'll tell you, listener, something that's funny. Somebody parked in JD's spot one day.
Oh yeah.
And I heard all this commotion, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" And apparently, she had to park where Diggy parks and walk 10 minutes in. She wasn't happy.
No. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you get your cardio in.
When you get your spot, that's just, listen, I was raised in North County. What are you going to do?
Yeah, and the other thing is she had this coat on, guys. And because it was cold that morning and she was wearing a coat, but when she come in, it was hot. So she was sweaty and she was pissed and she wanted to know who the fuck parked there. And come find out.
Everybody knows that feeling,
But Izzy, she's wearing a coat with a skirt. Who the fuck does she wear a fur coat?
Listen,
I don't know, man. She was dressed to impress to come on the radio that nobody sees her face.
Everything in my life is a fashion statement, okay? Listen. What's wrong with I wear skirts all year? It's a thing I do.
Yeah, made out of 101 Dalmatians, your fur coat. Yeah, I know you.
Okay, listen.
101 Dalmatian coat.
No, I showed him the fur coat that I picked up one time at the Goodwill, and it's real rabbit fur, and it was like $2.50, and it is just, it's glorious.
Yeah,
he was jealous. It looks like a pimp suit.
It's like, yeah, I got it.
Oh no, that made me a little sad.
Look at all them dead rabbits on the coat.
It's a beautiful coat.
You know what's funny? What's funny? A couple years ago, somebody said something. And I don't remember what was going on. They were like, "Man, who the fuck wears a fur coat anymore besides pimps?" And I'm like, JD Lane.
Well, I'm a pimp. Pimpin's been pimping since pimpin's been pimping. I mean, what are you going to say?
I mean, she's a connoisseur of furry coats.
Yeah, she's a aficionado with you.
Well, I buy them for these photo shoots that I don't do anything.
I buy them for these photo shoots that I don't do.
I do all these. Listen, I haven't shared much of it yet, but I've been working on some photography pieces, and so I even got a harness from a roofer I know for a fairy shoot, So that's what I use.
I thought you got that harness so you could go tagging at night.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's multi-purpose. Okay, you can roof with it, you can tag with it, you can do photo shoots.
Whatever. It's
Hey, Izzy. Hey, Diggy. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Somebody goes, "Hey, Izzy, you know how you can spot a bear in a tree with a spray can?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" That'd be called JD Lane. She out there tagging with her fur coat on.
Yo, people think they spot Bigfoot. No, that's his old girl tagging.
Listen, but I'm like Little Bear,
I'm like Little Bear.
Yeah.
No, guys, for real, JD Lane is not very big. She is a very petite, small girl. Okay, but she has
weighs about $1.05.
Yeah, but she has a big fucking mouth, man. I mean, she's gonna tell you what's on her mind while she wearing her fur coat, looking like she from the Bronx.
Yeah. Listen, I can do the Bronx if you need me to, okay?
She's absolutely terrifying.
I don't know where it came from. It just came up one day, and I was like, I must have spent some time in Brooklyn in a past life. What are you going to do,
It's all that Jersey Shore she used to watch.
Oh, no, I never actually watched Jersey Shore. I was so busy. My children were small, and so I was a new mom, and so I was so busy. But I'll tell you what, that's where that's where my first husband and I went for our honeymoon, was Jersey. Okay, and so we get there. Okay, we took the flight to Philly, and we drove, over the double-decker bridge, and we finally get to Jersey on the coast there, and we pull up we went straight to the boardwalk before we went to the condo, and we pull up to this pizza place. Now, this pizza place had pizzas that were as big as your dining room table, okay? You really only needed one slice to feed 4 people. And so we get up, and there's this Cadillac pulls up, right? And this guy gets out, and he goes to the back seat, and he opens the door, you know, like he's chauffeuring somebody. And this guy gets out with this collared, you know, shirt that looks like, I mean, like something like you'd see in the 70s, you know, with the pointy, you know, what do you call that part of the collar?
It's like a razor blade.
Well, you know, the shirt collar, anyways.
Yeah.
And it was all pressed, you know, he's got these gold chains and a belly as big as my Uncle Earl. And he says, "Hey, Tony." And,
Hey, Tony.
"Hey, Tony." And I look over at my first husband, and I was like, "We made it.
Yeah.
We're here."
Yeah. All right. We got chlamydia yet? We ready to fist bump?
Oh, man.
You know,
And they tried to price us at the bar thinking we're from St. Louis and they could charge us more. We're like, we're from the Show Me State, honey.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
that's some funny shit. You know what's funny is I lived right by Jersey Shore. I lived in Toms River.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think I know the guy you're talking about. That's what's funny.
You know Tony. Okay, with the gold chains.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy looking for Tony. Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you guys this story, and we got to go to the break. So, my ex-wife had never been to the East Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had to go out to New York for some meetings and for the New York Textile Show and all kinds of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we drove in, right? Instead of flying in, we drove in, right? And I was on the New Jersey Turnpike,
Mm-hmm.
and they have this flashing red light. So naturally, we stop.
It's like you treat it like a stop sign, right?
Yeah, and then go. Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, there was a smaller car that was ahead of me, and I'm in this full-size truck. It was the first time that she had ever heard a Brooklyn accent, and man, this guy was pissed because he couldn't see the little car in front of me. I think it was a fucking Prius or something. Fucking Prius people, and man, he wanted to fucking fight me. And I'm like, dude, I can't go nowhere. They need to move.
I mean, I guess you just roll up the sleeves at that point. I mean,
my aunt lives in Manhattan, and she's the sweetest lady ever. She lives around all these assholes. It's so funny, and she's lived forever, and she's just the sweetest old lady ever. But yeah, she's like, they're all fucking mad. Like they're all fucking mad.
They're all mad. They're all mad in New York and New Jersey. I mean, fuck the world. They hate everybody. The one thing, I lived in New York, in Manhattan, but I couldn't drive. Because, you know, you don't drive a custom car in New York. They'll fucking run into you.
Why own a car when you can't park it? Yeah.
Yeah, and the parking garages are ridiculous. So, you know, I've always been a custom car guy. I got cars back home. I'm out there because I have to be out there because of work. So, one of the guys in the office is like, they bought a house in Toms River. And he's like, yeah, you know, houses are going real cheap. So, you could either rent a house or buy a house. And I was like, fuck it, I'll buy one. I can have my cars and then take the A train into New York.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. New York is different than New Jersey. In New Jersey, you're not allowed to pump your own gas.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Really?
so I come.
Service or
Yeah, oh, it's all full service. So I come bouncing in there with this body dropped S10. Dragging the fucking body on the ground, and the guy just looked at me, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? And I went to touch the pump, and he took it from me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I took it out of his hand, and he goes, hey. And he couldn't figure out how to put gas in it, because you got to lift the tonneau cover up, there's a fuel cell. So I'd always go to that gas station, and he's like, yep, it's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
But
they basically force you to pay for full service, is what you're saying.
Well,
Like,
basically the reason why they do it is so... The reason why they do that is so people don't steal gas.
Well, yeah, but like we prepay here in Missouri, like that's what we did earlier. You know, like
Yeah, everything's prepaid. But I do remember when it wasn't. But we'll talk about that after the break. Because we got to get back to some commercials and some music for you guys. But it's your girl, JD Lane. We'll be back right after this. So I got my boy Diggy here and Izzy from the morning show.